Man, I love you people. You're making me wish I was from the West Coast this week. That energy at the press conference yesterday, best press conference I've ever been a part of. So thank you all very much. So as you guys know, UFC 300 is coming up on April 13th. So we have a very special Q&A for you today. And of course, coming up 5 p.m. local time, we will have the ceremonial weigh-in. Joe Rogan will be up here emceeing the festivities coming up at 5 p.m. But we have 4 very special guest fighters here for you today. And we begin with one of the most beloved fighters in the world, and not just, of course, in his native Hawaii. Former undisputed UFC featherweight champ, set to compete against Justin Gaethje for the BMF title at UFC 300, Max Blessed Holloway. Also with us today, a man who made his UFC debut at UFC 89 back in 2008. His 43 appearances and 26 wins are both the most in UFC history. He will try to add to those records when he faces Bobby Green at UFC 300. Please welcome Jim fucking Miller! All right, also in the building, he is the master of the funk, former UFC bantamweight champion and one of the greatest 135-pound fighters of all time. Now moving up to featherweight to face Calvin Kattar at UFC 300. Please welcome the funk master, Aljamain Sterling. All right, and our last guest fighter has been called your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, a man without a comp in the UFC when it comes to entertaining the masses. Former UFC interim lightweight champion and putting his BMF belt on the line at UFC 300. How about it? The highlight, Justin Gaethje. All right, thank you all for coming here, and thanks to these outstanding athletes for being here. We have microphones set up on both sides of the stage. That one is wide open there, stage left, but we will start with you, my man. Fire away.
Actually, John, just down here. This is a question for Justin Gaethje. Justin, a lot of stuff has been made about Max's size moving up to lightweight, but you're around him right now. What do you reckon? Does he look like a real 155-pounder?
He looks bigger than me, I'll tell you that. He's a big man. I've been.
I don't know about that, but
there you are. He's a big man. I think 155 is his perfect weight class. I think he's the best athlete, the best competitor at 155, and you know this is
tough one, bro. It's tough.
This is a tough one.
If you guys don't,
I grew up watching this guy. If you
guys don't know, I met Justin before he's in the UFC. I fought Justin Lawrence in Denver, and this man knew that we didn't have a drive around or our car to get around. He drove us around, bro. Anytime we needed somebody, he'd pick us up. So this man's a legend, man. It's an honor to share an octagon with him. Cheer for this guy, bro. You guys are in for a treat come UFC 300.
Max, those are nice words, but obviously there is an issue we have to talk about. What happened?
Motherfucking towel, brother. I know you're gonna talk. He looked at me and I nodded my head. He wanted to give me freaking liquids in my body, so it ain't no fucking towel gate. I said, do it, brother. Like that. Get me off this damn stage.
He would have taken that list another 60 seconds to get off, get dressed, get undressed. Nope, not in that condition. If that's me, I'm doing for them what I want done for me, and that's to get me liquids ASAP. And
so come April, do you want Max to hold the towel for you?
Sure.
Brother, this guy should hold the towel for everybody.
I was so fast. If you saw what you saw, then that's on you. You're as nasty motherfucker because you had to pause it. You're like talking split second here, so don't do that.
Question for Justin and Max. I know you guys are very friendly right now, but a lot of people, I know it's not an official press conference, but they want to see you face off. Can we get a little preview of a face off between you?
Yeah! Little face off!
And for you, Max, I know you're focused on this fight, but Ilia Topuria talking a lot this week. He says he's never going to give you a title shot, regardless of what happens. I know we'll see what happens. It is what it is. But what do you just think of that attitude?
Brother is dehydrated for a couple of days, I think. I think he's not in his right mindset, so we'll see what happens.
And just one for you, Jim. Obviously, you've wanted to be on this card forever. It's real now. It's getting close. Just what does it mean to you? And obviously, the opponent and Bobby Green. Just give us a little preview.
It's awesome to be here, finally, right? Like
Yeah, Jim!
to be able to survive this profession in, the lightweight division, which is arguably the deepest and always has been the deepest. It's amazing to be here and be working up to UFC 300. The fight between Bobby and I is a decade in the making. We tried to have this fight in 2014, and then again in 2021, and then again in 2022. So it might be jinxed. Who the heck knows? They twisted my arm. Dana and Sean called me up, and they're like, "Well, he's ranked. We really like this fight." And I was like, "Well, you're the guys who make the fights, so I'll be there." And if he's not, I have all the confidence that they'll find somebody else to step in there, and I'll be able to go toe to toe somebody else. So, but yeah, I'm expecting to be there, and I love the fight.
Yeah, I was disappointed that he didn't get Brock Lesnar.
Me too. I was going to expect a pay raise for that one.
Question for Justin and Max. There is another big lightweight fight on UFC 300. What do you guys think of Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan?
I love fighting the same night. All four of us have a chance, opportunity to stand out. Luckily for me, I'm the best at that, the most consistent that's ever stepped in there. There's going to be two contenders coming out of that night, and both of us are going to fight for the title. Holloway, myself, Tsarukyan, Oliveira. We'll see. We each got we have an opportunity, so we got to go in there and take it.
Yeah, exactly what he said, man. First things first is Gaethje. I got a shot to, prove my case, prove my worth, and we'll get to find out April 13th.
Then one last one for Aljamain Sterling. Aljo, can you just discuss the mood right now leading into Merab's fight tomorrow?
Where are you? Oh,
Right here.
the mood for tomorrow?
Yeah, for Merab's fight.
I think he's dialed in. He's the machine for a reason. Man, the guy's one of the hardest workers I know. He's one of the best people on this planet. Take his shirt off his back and give it to anybody in this crowd right now. He's just that good of a guy. Always positive energy. He's super excited for the opportunity to put on for Georgia. And obviously Ilia's fighting for the title. Now he's got an opportunity to potentially fight for the title with the win over Henry and be the next Georgian champion if Topuria doesn't. And also put on for Mexico.
Max, this question's for you. Obviously, I know Hawaii has a big place in your heart. For you, establishing the first ever fitness center for the Boys and Girls Club out there, what does it mean to you to start that legacy in Hawaii and everything like that?
Amazing, man. Amazing. I was one of those kids going to the Boys and Girls Club after school and being able to have a gym, hopefully 10, 12 years, one of those kids that's training in there get to be sitting in front of you guys. So that's what would make it pay off,
Question for the whole panel. Obviously, we're waiting a UFC 300 main event announcement. So my question to you guys, who do you guys think should be the main event with what's available?
Connor!
Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje.
Hey, I agree. We're already out of people's main event, and tell them stop looking and just put us the main event where we deserve it.
I don't know. I've been trying to keep my feelers out to see who will hop into that spot, but who knows? But that they're working on something big.
Oil them up!
Yeah, I'm not going to tell these guys they shouldn't be the main event. These guys are going to highlight it up, so I think you guys are going to be more than suffice with these two guys headlining the card. But if they don't, I think Conor and Michael Chandler will be a fun one.
Yeah!
I would go with Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, and I actually think right now, if I had to make a prediction, that's going to be your main event for UFC 300.
One last one from me. Aljamain Sterling, the guy sitting 2 seats to your left, fought the guy you're about to face. So what did you think of Max Holloway's performance against Calvin Kattar?
I took notes, brother. I took a lot of notes. I think that was pretty much the blueprint of what we're going to do. And of course, I grapple. So I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of takedowns here and there. If he leaves his neck out, choke him out.
Yeah, just don't beat the number of strikes landed, please, brother.
I don't think I could do that. 100%. That's not even my game.
Yeah, my question is for Justin. Obviously, getting the title shot again is #1 priority. And so did you feel like you had to put the BMF belt on the line to make yourself stick out as the #1 contender?
You know, everything kind of got messed up whenever Oliveira got that cut on his eye. Volkanovski had to step up. You know, I was under the impression that the Poirier fight was a title eliminator. And then they announced the Sarukian Oliveira fight as a title eliminator. And, you know, I felt left out. But then they allowed, you know, I get an opportunity to fight on the same night as them. We're going to be higher up on the card. And that means everything in this sport. Again, all 4 of us have a chance to stand out. There's going to be 2 clear contenders. And I will, you know, be one of those come out. Whether it's June, October, I will be ready to fight Islam Makhachev. He's been calling me out. I'm not sure why that's not happening, but I got to fight Max Holloway now. My life does not exist after April 13th at this point.
Let's go.
My question's for Jim Miller. Bruce Buffer has come out and said that he won't announce you as Jim fucking Miller, but then he's come back and said, so at the end of the day, April 13th.
There's other people that pull the strings as well. So whoever's arm we got to twist, let's twist it. I only want to hear it once, you know, and there is no other time that it should be said than at UFC 300.
And then finally, just for Aljo, how does it feel not killing yourself to make bantamweight?
Oh, it feels amazing, man. Last night, what was I, 174 pounds? You know, so I don't know where the weight goes. It's been tough to